Hey, are you asleep?
No, I'm not sick.
Are you sick?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
Are you sick?
No, I was eating kimchi and pork. So
Kimchi and pork is good.
sinuses-
That'll clear your sinuses if you're of a certain type. I know a nice lady tried to give me chocolate. You know that kills cats. It doesn't. I mean,
Okay.
it tastes good to you guys. It doesn't taste good to me. So anyway, I'm today on Friendship Fridays. It's Friendship Friday, by the way. That's why I'm calling you.
Friendship Friday.
Yeah, I'm calling you because of that.
Right.
So
What are we doing on Friendship Friday?
I think we were gonna do Monster Hunter.
Alright, let me close out of my other game.
Yeah, get out of Diablo, the only other game you own. I don't know if that's true. I mean, you actually have a lot of games, right? You're quite the gamer.
I suppose.
I mean, you have the PS4 and the PC and the Xbox and the Xbox 360 and the Xbox Pro and all this other stuff, right?
No. No PC, no Xbox, no Xbox Pro. I only have a Switch, which everybody should own,
Everybody should have one.
and a PS4. Oh, wow. That's
Well, we got
one
feedback.
moment. One moment.
You're gonna have to do the headset, the mixing headset.
I forgot how loud this intro was. Alright.
That's okay. I think we'll have to do a couple of practice runs, man.
I agree with you.
Because I mean, I don't know if we've ever talked about it on Friendship Fridays, which is becoming kind of like our podcast. But you know, it reminds me of you know when we first met. You know, you were out behind your house throwing stuff away, and I was in the dumpster eating trash, and you were like, "What the heck?" And I was like, "Hey man, you play games?" And you're like, "Oh, a talking cat."
Yeah. Bring all the nostalgia up.
Yeah, that's right. No, I think this was the first game that we played on the YouTube channel was Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate.
I think you're right.
Wasn't it the first multiplayer?
Yes, it was, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you power leveled me because you were already a famous gamer. And
That's
so
right. I was
I
fabulous.
definitely learned a thing or two.
I was a fabulous Monster Hunter.
I have forgotten what every button does.
All you need to know is use the right or left stick for movement and then X. Just push X a lot. It'll come back to you. I'm gonna go to the place, the meeting place.
Let's see here. I went to Hunter's Hub.
I'm in Hunter's Pub, man.
Oh, pub. Yes, that's it. And we have to create a multiplayer connect and play with people far away. You are quite far away right now.
I'm super distant.
So creating a hub.
Only do a hub for me.
I forgot how to do that. Let me see.
Hey, take your time. So hey man, we were talking about Final Fantasy today, right?
Yep.
You know, Final Fantasy
Sure.
X and X2 are coming out first. They're going to come out this month, and then at the end of this month, Final Fantasy 12 is coming out, and of course 9 and 7 were out, but they were out as digital, which I find disappointing because I ain't got time for that. But
That's the only way I roll.
well, you're digital, you know. I got to get physical, like Olivia Newton-John, and. And,
I
nope.
created a hub, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna figure it out. Multiplayer menu, connect, friends list. There he is, Krim.
That's
From Sword Art Online. No, what Hack Sign? Such a weeb. Let's go. Hey, did you get the Worn Blades?
No, I have not gotten Worn Blades.
Maybe we'll get them this time.
Let's see.
So yeah, I was thinking back about some of the stuff from Final Fantasy VII, which was one of my favorites. You know, my favorite is actually Final Fantasy VI, which was Final Fantasy III in the States, where you actually the protagonist is basically like a rogue. You remember the one I'm talking about
I
with Kefka?
Say that again, you broke up.
I said you remember that one, Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo, which was actually 6.
I don't think I played that one.
Well, it's great. That's actually my favorite Final Fantasy game, but a close second is 12, and then third would be probably 10 or 7. But 7 was just too weird. Like, when I played that, I was pretty young, and there was a lot of weird stuff going on in that game. Like, for example, you've done all this stuff and you're a terrorist, and you're blowing up some stuff in a city, and you do all this fighting, and you get this huge sword, and you choose what we're killing. Pick something easy.
Oh, dear.
No, they got to talk to the barkeeper.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So anyway, in that you end up getting to this place where you have to get into this like brothel or something, and the only way to get in apparently is to dress up as a girl.
Oh, I remember that part.
Yes,
Yeah.
But you're thinking, okay, wait, this guy's an elite soldier and he's armed to the teeth and he's part of a terrorist organization and he needs to dress up like a girl to get into a place?
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Hey, I know what we'll do. But
I'm gonna pick this one.
I'm
Why
ready.
not?
Okay, let's do it. What is it? Tigrex? Wait a minute. That's a G4, man. Are you sure that's what you want to do to practice?
Yeah, let's do it. It'll all come back to us.
I'm not
It
gonna...
has to.
Dude,
It's like riding a bicycle.
you remember G ranks, right?
Yeah, we constantly owned them. Like, you know, it was like a walk in the park.
If I wasn't so lazy, I would clip in, at this point, images of us getting our butts handed to us by G4s. Can I make a counter offer?
Sure.
How about something that we haven't done that's not as hard?
Okay.
There. That's super easy, and I haven't done it before, so we'll get the check mark on the quest.
Okay.
Make sure to get your item sets.
Don't we have to eat? Yeah, we need to eat.
Let's eat. I'm hungry. Oh, in the game.
It's Friendship Friday, so I did a voucher for us.
That's the best. What are you gonna get?
Defense. And actually, I don't know.
I want the one that says often increases damage taken and increases the number of times you can carb. Yum. Okay, so anyway, going back to Final Fantasy VII. So, did you ever play that? Did you get to the end of it?
I did not get to the end of it. No,
Okay,
I
well, you can get...
never actually beat it.
You can get weapons near the end that allow you to double and triple growth your materia, and then if you get a materia to a master level, you can sell it back to a guy in the slums, and I believe that's the guy in the slums of Midgard. So apparently he's like a survivor of that section being blown up early in the game. Okay, so all these people are living in abject poverty, right? They're like in the slums. But you go to this place, and there's this guy, and he'll buy your materia from you, and if it's at master level, he'll give you 1,000,000 gil for it.
Well, you know, there's always that, you know, rich guy next door.
No, it's...
thing going on.
But what I'm thinking is, it's like, okay, wait. Your whole society's in a state of collapse. And you're buying used materia off people for millions of gil apiece. So it's like billions and billions of gil are just being blown on these materia that this guy can't even use. And he lives in a slum in like a house made out of pallets.
Oh, I apparently started.
There's 2 of them. There's 2 bad guys. I'm gonna murder some bad guys.
Yeah. I'm doing a bunch of flips.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that one with that. Okay, how about this one? You know Sephiroth, right? Sephiroth is the main antagonist. Got the long silver hair, got the big sword, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Sephiroth. Alright. Well, I think at some early part in the game, now I'm going from memory, you encounter somebody that Sephiroth has like taken out, and he's got his sword stuck in the guy, but Sephiroth is nowhere to be found. His sword, however, is stuck in the guy. So you're thinking, okay, most powerful weapon ever, stuck in this guy. I'm just going to leave it here. Like, you can't get it. It's like it never crosses anybody's mind that there's Sephiroth's sword. We can get Sephiroth's sword right now.
Yep.
Never.
Maybe it was like sealed. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's do that then. Yeah. It's soulbound. Nobody else can use it. Ow. Okay. Well, I figured getting hit out.
Oh.
I've mastered getting hit.
I've mastered dodging.
Better than I do. Ow. I've mastered getting my butt handed to me. I don't know how long we're going to be doing this, but hopefully long enough to maybe figure out how to fight again. Maybe I shouldn't have picked a guy that's as movie as this guy. Because Longsword is not particularly movie. Short Blade seems to be okay, though.
I figured out how to jump.
Where are you? There he is. Cut! I cut, and I don't stop.
I forgot your sword can hit me, too.
Ow. Oh, it can knock you down, yeah. Ouch. Man, come on.
I am having a hard time.
Oh, we messed his head up, I think. Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Dinosaur tier.
Come here.
Ah!
Oh, you shocked me while I was in midair.
Ah!
You know,
Man.
we are super powerful, though. I do remember that.
Yeah, we are pretty much we're 100% in-game. But this guy isn't, I mean, he's like a high five, so, hey, high five. But he's not a pushover. I mean, he should be a pushover if we were on our A game, but we're not. This is more one of those things where we just hang out and talk apparently about Final Fantasy VII's weirdness. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that's... Oh, he's dead. Good job.
Nice.
How about... Okay, here's another one. This is my favorite character in the game, Cait Sith. You remember him?
In 7?
In 7, yes. We're just going through all the trivia. You remember Cait Sith?
I don't remember that one.
I mean, he's the black cat.
You guys remember the first one I actually played all the way through? Like, I played 7, but I was kind of, poor, and I didn't have my own 7, so I kind of played vicariously through friends or watched them play. But when it came to Final Fantasy VIII, I had the means to actually play that on very low-resolution graphics. But it was still good, and I made my way through it.
Okay, well, Okay, so we'll just talk about 8 then. How about at 8? You're constantly at war, right? You keep going back and forth, and like every time something happens that's important, everybody loses consciousness, and you're dreaming about an entirely different group of people doing something that's completely unrelated to what you're doing. It's just random,
I remember that.
And it's like,
and
what? Who are you people? Why am I? Who cares?
And it took you forever to figure out if it was a prequel of some sort or like.
Yeah, I mean, I think what was that? It was like you're witnessing something that occurred in history or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I guess in the end of the game, you discover you're like your own grandpa or something weird.
I don't remember that.
Or you met yourself or something. Like at the beginning of the game, you met yourself, and you were the kid that you meet in the game. That was you. But you're also you meeting yourself.
I don't think that was 8.
Was that not 8?
No, because you fight. You start off that game fighting your.
Yeah, you fight your rival and you get the scar, and then your rival becomes like the bad guy.
Up in the infirmary, and then you have to do all the training. Actually, that's kind of what I liked about that game. Is like you're basically a mercenary of a particular school.
And then you got to wonder why is it that anybody who can summon monsters like that needs child soldiers? It's like, wait a minute, you can your teacher just like literally summoned a T-Rex at the beginning of the game, and you're thinking, okay, why do you need us again?
Profit, man. They need
it's for profit.
They don't want to do the job. They're just like, look, our schools can actually fly in the air, but we're not going to tell you that.
We're not going to tell you that until the end of the game.
Yeah, and then we're going to, battle all the other schools that rival our mercenary.
And then it's like, we built the school to kill sorceresses, but my wife is a sorceress, and she helped me make the school to fight them because reasons. And then also the sorceress.
It's been so long, I don't remember that part. Who was
the teacher.
Was
Sid was the boss man, right? He's the teacher. Sid was the teacher. The what do they call it? The garden. He was the garden boss.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Sid's wife is the seashell bad guy woman.
Yep.
And then she's bad, and then they're like, oh, now I'm good. And then it's like, thanks for not killing her. It's like, yeah, We probably would have if she hadn't been so strong. Man, I am so lost right now.
Me too.
I have no idea. Where's the monster at?
Don't we need items? I don't think I brought any items.
I got items.
I have none.
I'm just looking for the other dinosaur. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so it's the end of the world, and then you got to go in space, and then you're going back in time, and then you're fighting in space back in time, and then you got that one scene where you got to catch your girlfriend in space, and like you have one shot. Yeah. And then you had the instructor girl with the glasses who was always hitting on you, but like the English localization was weird, and I think it was because they wanted to avoid that awkwardness. And like how she lost her teaching permit or whatever, and she comes back, she's like, I lost my teaching permit, I guess I'm not a good leader. And then Squall's like, so what? I don't care.
Oh, like, do we have a monster here?
You're so relatable, Squall. I too am a heartless jerk. And I am a jerk to people that care about me. So you're a relatable protagonist.
Do you remember the card game in that one?
That was another thing I was thinking about. It's like, okay, it's the end of the world. Shut up, man. I gotta play these cards.
Yeah.
Stop what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You could only get special cards like during times of crisis.
Yes, exactly. And so you're thinking, okay, oh, here's a tidbit though. Here's something that you might not know. Are you familiar with the old PlayStation game Vagrant Story?
Say that one more time. You cut out on me.
Okay. Are you familiar with the old PlayStation game Vagrant Story?
It sounds familiar.
Okay, Vagrant Story takes place in the same realm as Final Fantasy Tactics. That's Ivalice. So anyway, there's a character in...
I may have played this.
Yes, well, you probably have. But there's a character in Final Fantasy Tactics who I totally forget his name now. But he's mentioned in Vagrant Story, and he's also mentioned in Final Fantasy VIII as the creator of the card game.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a playable character in Final Fantasy Tactics that is credited for creating that crazy card game that you play in Final Fantasy VIII.
Huh.
So it's possible.
I found the monster, by the way.
Where is it?
5. I have no paintballs.
Okay, that's cool. I'll get there. He'll probably be dead by the time I get there. I'm like way far away.
I'm trying to survive because if I die, there's no coming back.
Don't die. Don't die. Don't die.
Potions.
Leave.
You know, I'm glad. You know, looking back, I'm glad we didn't do the G rank because
we would have been it would have been an embarrassment.
Yeah, I would have had no items.
I'm also glad we don't lose durability. I can hear your button presses.
Like, yeah, man, I'm fighting 3 of them.
You're totally button mashing. I button mashed the crap out y'all.
But Udon here is healing me, so this is...
Oh, well, I mean, like I said, we got to that end point last time. I'd have to go and look at the videos, but I think our Palicos are fighting every bit as well as we were.
Yeah.
We were getting to the point where it's like...
4 people playing.
Yeah, what was it that we did? We were going to do that one that big ice monster, and then we tried it with 4 people, and it was crap, and then we tried it with just us.
It was awful.
Yeah, and we tried it with just us and our Palicos. The Palicos were better than the other players.
Yeah, and then the last one I think we ended up dying at the very last minute, but it was the Fatalis.
Was it Fatalis? Oh yeah, it was. We survived for a long time. That whole fight was like an hour long.
Actually, no. You know what? We didn't die. The time
ran out.
Timed out.
Yeah. The one you're thinking
of... It wasn't a lack of skill, it was a lack of DPS.
Yeah, well, the one you're thinking of is actually that... What was it, like the Acantor? No, shoot. It's that enormous fire beast. It's not Fatalis, it's the other one.
Is it a dragon or is it a...
No, it'll come back to me. It's that giant burrowing creature, and it's in the volcano.
Oh. The Vol something.
Whatever. But
no! I know which one you're talking about. It goes into the ground.
Yeah, it's not the Acnactor. No, the Acnactor is the Leviathan, the fire Leviathan. You're poisoned, man.
That's all right.
He did. Oh yes. And ironically, he just about... Oh no, he didn't. I thought he fell in the poison. So anyway, yeah. Times of crisis, you get cards. Stop what you're doing, play cards. That's kind of like the Final Fantasy VII mini games where it's what you got like the comet, right? The comet's going to destroy the Earth. You got 3 days. Your life's going to... Everything's over in 3 days. It's like the Zelda game with the moon. Everything's going to end. It's just... It's crisis. But, you know, if you want to get Knights of the Round, you got to go through the process of breeding a golden chocobo. So you'll end up spending... You'll end up spending in-game decades breeding chocobos while, like, this comet is going to come destroy the world. So you can go to some island. I can remember when I first heard about that, it was actually at school. They were like, hey man, there's an island, and guess what? There's a thing, and you can get the knights, and the knights come, and they kill Sephiroth really fast, like super quick. And I was having a hard time with the end game, so I thought, oh, well, I'll do that. So I spent ages and ages trying to get the chocobo. I can't remember if I ever did.
Well, what was the Final Fantasy game where it had the offline mode where you could raise a chocobo?
Oh man, I don't know. Wasn't that Crystal Chronicles? Was that one of the numbered Final Fantasy games?
I don't know if it was a numbered. I just remember you could. No, you know what? I think it was Final Fantasy VIII.
Was it?
Yep.
So what was the chocobo, like a Tamagotchi?
Well, it was the PC version. When you minimize the game, you could run a separate application, and it would like put your chocobo on this little journey. And you could just let it run all night long. Wake up the next morning, and it would have earned experience and found you items for the in-game use and things like that.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of like the Pokeball on the Pokemon thing. You put them in the Pokeball, walk them around. I'm gonna just go through the high rank ones, and because I've got several that I never finished, so that way we can at least get some practice in and make progress. Let's hunt a Barroth. Barroths are pretty wicked.
You know, the downside of this is I can't remember all their weaknesses.
Barroth is the one that shoots the mud. Shoots the debilitating mud.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think I have... Explosion's supposed to work well against him, right? Because it can... the bomb effect can blow off his armor?
You might be right. Actually, I think Blast is one of those ones that has nobody's strong against it, so it's like universally awesome.
Oh, okay.
I think there's two.
Well, right now I'm just running what I apparently nicknamed my full critical set. So
oh yeah,
that's
right.
on every single strike.
There were sets. Man, I was gonna change. Whatever, I'm good. What did you eat? What'd you eat for?
Defense and easy monster mounting.
Easy monster mounting.
That's right.
Mount it.
Because if memory serves, you were the one that knocked him down. I'd be the one to get on top and hammer him with a knife.
That's right. I knock him down. You keep him down.
Teamwork.
All right. So, what were you gonna do? I'm gonna do. Sometimes increases rewards at the end of the quest. Why not? But also, this one also may give me bad luck because I didn't read it all the way through.
Oh, you know what? I need items this time.
This one made me sick.
Item sets. Current sets. This looks like... Good, thank you.
I think I'm good.
Wow, I have a lot of money in this game.
Yeah, man. Remember, you had like millions and millions of money.
Yeah.
Okay, those are your critical blades, right? The ones, the Nargacuga?
Yes.
I thought you were going to use the blast blades.
Nah. I'll just cut... I have Mind's Eye on this, so his armor is not going to affect anything.
Alright, so basically, going back to what I was saying before, my favorite character in Final Fantasy VII was actually Cait Sith, who was the black cat that rides on top of the robot. I'm sure you don't remember because he's obscure and nobody liked him. Oh no!
Oh, I started off with this monster.
Get him, because I got... Hang on. I got unlucky cat activated. I'm sick.
A cool drink. Take my cool drink.
Ugh.
Okay, I got that. I don't know what else I should be using. We'll take
Bugs!
this.
I need to eat. I'm dying.
Ah! Take this.
That figures. The world is a mystery to me. Let's see.
Oh, now he's got
Where's my food?
stuff everywhere.
Are you kidding me?
Haha, blew him up. That was cool.
I'm not carrying any food. Ridiculous. So I have no dodging.
You have no dodging, man.
No, I have no dodging. Wonderful.
Oh, I got a paintball on. That's
I
nice.
see him. I've located him. Now I'm blind. Oh wait, there we go. I see him now. Anyway, the thing with Kate Sith that I can never figure out is like, what is he? You know, it says he is a stuffed cat who rides a robot Moogle, and the Moogle that he apparently is riding doesn't look like a Moogle at all. So that's weird. And then he's a black cat. There goes the mounting. I got the back armor off him. Ah!
Alright, trying to hold on.
Man, I'm in the way of myself here. There we go. Get him, knock him down. I'm taking a cold drink. You got him.
Like a pro.
Like a bouse. Ugh. It's okay. Super Unlucky Cat is just a challenge. A challenge to be for something, to do something. No, it's just a huge inconvenience and a hindrance. I should never have chosen that food product. I've got lactose intolerance, eating fondue before going out for a fight, the gas. I can't even stand up. Who ever heard of a lactose intolerant cat? It's crazy. People give me a bowl of milk, it'll likely kill me. It's one of those great ironies.
What do you actually drink?
I'll do goat's milk. I'm not a big almond milk fan. I just do without it. It's like, hey man, you want me to be happy? I want clean water. I want Friskies. I want the wet food. I don't like that dry food. That's garbage.
You also like the fresh meats.
That's right. I do. I like fresh meat, preferably raw. I like yukkei. I like that Korean food. I like bulgogi. Pretty much any of that. But that dry food, that stuff's made out of Chinese newspapers. I want nothing to do with it. If you love your cat, don't give him that.
Switching back to Final Fantasy. What's your favorite mini game?
My favorite mini game in which one?
Any of them. Like the one that trumps all of them. Like which one is your favorite?
Oh man, let me think. There was one that I used to do in. I'm thinking. Does the ball game in Final Fantasy X count?
Yes, that counts. Blitzball.
Ah, stars. Thank you. Yeah, Blitzball was fun. Blitzball, I think, was like the only game that qualified really as a game. Most of the other mini games were just dumb.
Yeah.
Like I understand, I enjoyed some of the diversion of the like Golden Saucer games in Final Fantasy VII. Since we were talking about that, like you could do Chocobo racing, and also, are you talking about mini games that are story, like are important to the story, or are you just talking about mini games that are just whatever? You just do what you want.
Yeah, you just do what you want. Like
because oh man, I thought the motorcycle.
I mean, if there was a story one that you liked, that would count too.
Yeah, the motorcycle one in where Cloud's on the motorcycle, that changed my life.
Yeah?
Yeah, I totally wanted to buy a motorcycle like that day. I mean, who wouldn't? You're riding down the street, you know, you got your buddies in your three-wheeled pickup truck.
What you need is one of the old, like, World War II with the sidecar. That
Yeah.
way, you know, you can just chill out.
Well, like if you're talking the the American ones, that's straight up old school Harley Davidson. If you're talking the American World War II,
Yeah.
or if you're talking about German, that's BMW. So that, I mean, they're good too. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the Nazis were obviously bad guys, but they had pretty
Got his tail.
awesome technology. I can't seem to get anything because I don't have any stamina.
Oh, I have a special ability. I forgot about that.
Got any special abilities that give you stamina? I'm getting tail action. I'm getting some tail.
Oh, he's on the limb.
He's limping. I can't run. I'm tired. Hit him, kill him.
Tried.
Did you paintball him?
I did, but I forgot.
Wow, my in-game self
Another area.
looks and feels like my real-life self right now. I'm hungry. So yeah, I like that.
Where do we go?
But anyway, I can't wait till Final Fantasy 12 comes out. I like all of the Evil East games, and I know Final Fantasy 12 was panned by a lot of people because it was very MMO-like. But I liked the fact I could do like AI programming of my party members. I thought that was pretty cool. And I like Fran. And I like Fran's outfit.
Fran's cool.
Fran is
Sure.
cool.
You know,
I mained Fran so that I could get
I know
the...
you're not a big fan of it, but I like the storyline of Final Fantasy 13.
Well, we were talking about that before, too.
Except for the last one. You know, I tried to play, I think it was Final Fantasy, like, the third version or something, where she has 13 days to save the world, basically.
You're talking about when Lightning returns?
Yes, Lightning Returns. There we go.
Yeah. Did you know, I think if you pre-order that...
Because I had it on PS3, and my PS3 crapped out.
Oh. Well, they were known to do that. Did you have the big PS3 that could also play PS2 games?
Yes.
That's the best one.
Yeah, it
He
totally
did.
crapped out. Yeah, look at that.
He's so silly. Look at him trying to get up. I'm gonna cut you. So anyway, yeah, hey man, hey, chill. I'm trying to cut this guy. There we go.
Oh, when you said I'm gonna cut you, I thought it was B, so I was...
Why are you so defensive? You know, the Final Fantasy 13 I didn't mess with a whole lot. I think I was in that phase where I was getting out of the Xbox, you know, and doing more PC stuff, so I didn't actually finish 13. Plus, 13 just didn't do it for me, man. 12 was where it was at.
The one I never got to get into was 9. My friend played that all the time.
Oh, the one where
And
you're
I
playing is what's his name?
vicariously watched him play that one.
Zidane, where the character had like a little monkey tail.
I think that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like Crystal Chronicles or something.
No, Crystal Chronicles is a separate sort of a spin-off, but it certainly looked like Crystal Chronicles because the characters were all kind of chibi-fied, had the big heads and little bodies.
Yeah.
So, which was weird because Final Fantasy 8 and 7 were supposed to be going towards this realism. And then here comes 9 down the way, and it's like, what am I seeing? But
I think maybe it was a graphics problem.
maybe, but I heard that it was really a good game at the end of the day.
I don't think it's talked about very much.
It was one of the ones that got re-released for Switch. I hope it comes out on physical so I can buy it. So, and what else? Okay, how about this? Which games have you played?
Say again, what have I played?
Which of the Final Fantasy games have you played since we're on that subject?
Okay, I've witnessed 7, I've played 8, I've witnessed 9.
Alright,
10, I played. 10-2, I played.
alright.
11, I actually played the online version. I played 11. 12, I didn't touch. Actually, I might have actually touched 12, but I didn't get into it. I think I was moving around a lot at the time. And then 13, definitely played 13. 14, I've played as well, the online version, and I'm currently playing 15.
Okay.
I've played Tactics as well. I just don't remember the storyline too well.
Did you know Tactics was actually based upon the real life War of the Roses?
Yeah.
So,
it was good.
Did you play Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced?
I don't think so.
That's a good one too.
The other one I played was for the PSP. It's where you get to play it's like the prequel to 7.
Yeah.
Zax. You play as Zack. I played that. I was actually in the desert at that time. So, played that.
Did you play the one where you
PSP.
play as Vincent? You play Dirge of Cerberus?
That sounds
Or
very familiar
Cerberus.
to me too. I may have started that, but I don't know if I finished
I
it.
can't remember if that was PSP or mobile, but there was one where you play as Vincent Valentine.
Yes, actually, no, that one, I think that was an Xbox release.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was. And I did have the very first Xbox that was ever made. And I I think I did play that, but I didn't. That was another one that I wasn't able to beat because real life circumstance interrupted my living.
That is understandable.
Yeah,
I played
places I didn't want to go.
I played. I didn't beat all of these, but I will say I played 1 through 7. I missed 8 and 9. I beat 10. I played 11 a little bit until my demo thing ran out, and then I played 12 all the way into maybe the latter part of the story, and then the lens on my PS2 failed. And I messed around in 13, but then for whatever reason stopped. So I haven't played 15, but I saw that 15 has like a toned down version with lesser graphics. It's the full game, but with like chibi-fied graphics for the Switch, but it's not on physical, so I haven't messed with it. So I don't know.
I like the 15 version.
Yeah.
I think it can play in 4K, but I actually have the original PS4 that came out like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I haven't. I'm basically waiting for it to die before I try to roll into a Pro or maybe a 5 if they release it.
Right. Well, I think the Final Fantasy 15, like I said, the only thing that bothers me about Final Fantasy 15 is it's too real world looking for me. It turns me off. I like the Final Fantasy to be just completely trippy and out there and weird. And for whatever reason, 15 strikes me as just being a bunch of Japanese bros hanging out, being bros. And for whatever reason, that's not appealing. It's like, hey man.
That's definitely the vibe you get, but they're basically trying to protect the prince. They're like his best friends, but they're his bodyguards. Chauffeur, bodyguard, photographer.
Hey,
it is
bro.
kind of a weird dynamic.
Let's go, bro. Prince bro. So, you've played it and I haven't.
He's kind of a...
Whose car
like,
is it?
In some cases, the prince is like, I can kind of relate to him, but in the other cases, he's really whiny.
Because you're like the prince,
okay,
right?
I'm annoyed with him.
Well, he's royalty.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that his car
It fits the description.
that they're pushing?
Oh, I didn't know I was talking over you. Sometimes you cut out a little bit.
No, it's that's the nature of what is it, the VoIP. Yeah, internet phone calls. But hey, at least we're doing this and not using the Nintendo Switch Online app, which is even worse.
I haven't tried it.
Don't. Maintain the
big
respect.
fish.
Yeah, we're gonna kill this guy.
I hate these guys.
Me too. But it's on the list. I don't have him checked off, so I don't like any of the tall fish category monsters. And they're turning and
Especially
spinning.
Oh man, I'm already hit.
Ow, I missed. Ah.
Oh, I forgot to eat.
So yeah, all the guys, they're pushing the car, they're running around the desert. It looks like Arizona. Actually, no, it looks like Lubbock. It's like, hey, let's play a JRPG like that we're living in Lubbock. And we're pushing a rich guy's car down the road. And the rich guy tells us what to do. It's too much like my childhood. Like, I don't want to do that. That's not a game. It's like you're making fun of me. Bro.
Well, have they made any announcement that you know of for the next one?
I think 15 is still being milked for, like... They're still making expansions and stuff, right?
I'm not too sure.
Oh, we got both of them here? Wonderful.
I wish you
okay.
could mark them, you know?
You could paint one and not paint the other, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a... If you use the Z trigger, you can target one.
I did not eat for stamina, so...
Oh, come on, he's down.
You on top of him? What are you doing?
You can top him if you do enough damage to his legs.
I'm trying.
So yeah, I didn't get into 15. It's another weird thing. Okay, back on weird things in 7. Did you beat 7 at all? Did you watch somebody beat it?
Yeah, I watched it, but I can't remember the ending. I mean, this was long.
Okay, did you? How about, were you in the part where they finally get to the lab and they discover that Aerith, the one that dies, you discover that she's actually a Cetra. She's like the ancient race, and that the bad guy Hojo's trying to get her power? Is that ringing any bells?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, well in the story, Hojo's like an evil scientist who works for Shinra, and they capture Aerith and they put her in this jar, and this is where you meet Red 13. And but basically, this Hojo's got Aerith in this jar with this big dog creature, and he's like, "They're ancient. They're both ancient races. I'm gonna breed them." And then you look and you're like, "Oh, wait a minute." The Red 13's like a giant dog. This is pretty sick. What are you thinking? Like, can't you just take their DNA and make clones? What are you doing here, Hojo? You're messed up, man. And my tiny child brain was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm glad this is on your end of the belt, because I was getting beaten up.
Well, we can capture this one if you want.
Alright.
Do you have the stuff?
Yeah, I have the stuff.
You're on him right now, yeah?
Yeah.
I actually think if you topple him, we'll be able to just take him out. I don't think he'll last. Here we go. Done.
Yes.
Where is he? Oh, it's the same. It was right on top of the other one.
Yeah. We toppled him.
Slice and dice. It's right, man. It'll cut tomato after that, too. No problem. Gensu chainsaw. And my chainsaw blade reminds me of those blades from Warhammer 40k. And I know you said you didn't play that, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Like the
about.
Space Marines got those chainsaw swords.
Yeah.
It's the best. Could you imagine getting nailed? Did you know there was a game on Steam, Space Marine, which was a third-person or a first-person shooter that was where you played as a Space Marine?
No, I did not.
That's an awesome game. You should definitely look at it if you're into that.
We didn't paint this guy. I have no idea where he's going.
He's going. Actually, I think he's going to area. Going to that. Shoot. What is it? Let's go north. We need to go north. Oh no! Wait, I'm dumb. North. Which desert is this? We need to go south back to our camp, and then the other place from the camp I think goes to area. What is it? 3 or 10, which is the shady area.
Oh, where the trees are?
Yeah. Is that ringing any bells?
Yeah. But I don't know what number it is.
I don't either. I don't even know where I am. I think this is right though. Over this hill. So yeah, the Red 13 Aerith situation was bad, and then I fell for all the rumors back in the old days about that there had to be ways to revive Aerith, because that was the first time that I had encountered a player character that died that couldn't be revived. I don't want to say I was shook up, because I don't know if it really had much of an impact, except that I felt like I did something wrong.
Oh, like maybe you changed the storyline?
Yeah, like I messed something up, and like for years I thought that. I thought, well, maybe in subsequent playthroughs I will not make the same mistake. Nope. You know, like I thought, oh, well, if I'm nicer to her, you know, and how you like go on dates with her and whatnot, then she won't die. But no.
Yeah.
That was not the case. Oh, look at this guy's face is all slashed up.
Oh, how'd you already get there?
I
I
ran.
see what you did.
I did running. I'm gonna just chop him
Took
off
the
again.
wrong path.
My weapon power decreased. He's waking up real slow, like. Ow. You gonna trap him?
I was trying.
I got a trap over here. Poison prison. Come this way, filthy beast. Where'd you go? No. Very close, but not quite. Over here. Creature. Didn't work. What is this?
Because he's swimming, so...
Oh, he might also be unable to get caught by pitfall traps. Maybe. You know how some of those monsters can't get trapped by certain traps? Nope.
There he goes.
I'm just gonna cut him. Yep, there we go. Oh, did you catch him?
Yep.
That's good too.
Oh, no, we didn't. We killed him.
Good. I'm gonna take his parts and make some beautiful accessories from it. So yeah, card game in Final Fantasy VIII was weird, but apparently you can get some pretty cool stuff with those cards. Ouch.
Yeah, you can. I played through it a couple times just to get the good stuff.
Get that good stuff. Okay, so let's see. Have you seen the Sephiroth battle at the end? Because if not, I don't want to spoil it.
The thing is, I think maybe I have. I just can't.
You know where they do the one-winged angel music that's all famous. It's like Sephiroth, and it has the chanting in the background.
Oh yeah.
He's all weird looking, and one of his arms is a wing, and it's just bizarre.
I'm really showing my age in this video. This is not good.
Yeah, you are. So, anyway, do you remember the attack that he does, which is like meteor or comet or something, and he like literally destroys the entire solar system and destroys the sun, and the sun goes supernova, and it novas all the way to the surface of the planet, and like your team is consumed by the supernova, and it like takes down 1,000 damage, but everybody's still alive. You're thinking, how is that even possible?
Even possible?
He just obliterated the entire solar system, and here we are with our swords. We're gonna beat you with our swords. we just absorbed an explosion of a star. Just took it on the chin. No problem. Gonna pop some potions. Good to go.
It's all the material. Let's say it's the material.
Yeah, the entire solar system just completely erupted like a volcano onto us, and we're like, yeah, man. Don't worry, I got this potion. I'm gonna take this high potion. I'm good to go. So I always found that to be bizarre. And what was funny is if you survive long enough, he'll do it. He'll end up doing it multiple times over the course of the battle. So he destroys multiple solar systems. Games. Or like when Tifa uses her special limit break and like a dolphin dives out of the ground and slaps a dude, and you're like, dolphin? Where does that even come from? What does that even mean? Where does the dolphin come? How is she having the association with dolphins? What does it even... I don't get it. Like, I can understand the limit break thing and the shooting the gun thing that Barret does, but because they're related in some way to their fighting, but like when Tifa does the thing and kicks the dude and then the dude is hit by a dolphin in his face, I'm thinking, what? Okay, let's do Barry off.
Somewhere in Japan that had to make sense.
Having been to Japan many times, as you have, I'm starting to think that being Japanese doesn't make sense to them either. They're just kind of rolling with it, Just like, oh, well,
Modern Japanese style is kind of...
Like
very interesting.
You talk to like Ken-san about stuff that you're like, hey, that just happened on TV. What is that? And he's like, I don't know what that's all about. Like, aren't you Japanese? He's like, yeah, okay. Well, let me think of some American stuff that you can't explain. I said, okay, fair enough.
But it is interesting because Ken-san is like, he is Japanese, but at the same time he's his own kind of Japanese. He's interesting.
Yeah, he's a special fellow.
I miss him.
That's okay. We'll have a thing later. We'll have a big get together.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm switching equipment sets. This next guy we're gonna do is Snow.
Oh.
He is snow themed.
We'll see what I got for that.
So I'm gonna do full ice resistance. Yes, with my white cowboy suit and my silver saber of death. Man, I like talking about Final Fantasy. I forgot how many of those games I have played. It's like a cultural thing.
It definitely shows our generation.
Well, I think that at this point it transcends generations. I think the reason why I have so much Final Fantasy on my brain is because I've been playing World of Final Fantasy Maxima. And it's got all the characters in it. You know, they're all chibi-fied, but you can summon them and you can capture all the monsters. So, you know, you can get like an Ahriman or a Bomb as like your Pokemon and catch them and make them part of your team. But you can also summon characters like I haven't encountered all of them, but I did encounter Yuna from Final Fantasy X, and I encountered Riku and some others. Refia from Final Fantasy III. And having played all of them...
This is Dissidia, you said?
No, Dissidia is the fighting game. This is World of Final Fantasy Maxima, which is its own RPG, but it's kind of like... It's basically Final Fantasy Pokemon. Because basically what you're doing is you are... you're going through the story of these two characters, which is a brother and sister. And they're going to this, I guess, parallel universe where all these Final Fantasy things are all jumbled together. Like, for example, I'm still early in the game, but I've recently met with...
It almost sounds like a Kingdom Hearts kind of game.
It's very similar, except it's all Final Fantasy things, and I think the main emphasis is catching stuff. So you can crystallize... Hang on, I didn't select the quest yet. You can crystallize these monsters, and then they become part of your party.
That's cool. It's like, so it's kind of like Pokemon too.
Yeah, it's basically exactly like Pokemon. In fact, the ball, the thing that you catch, assumes a ball shape and goes through like 3 phases of potentially breaking out. I mean, it's exactly like Pokemon. What am I saying? It's Final Fantasy Pokemon. But
that's interesting. Oh, the quest.
But also, like for example, I met the character Tifa in the level that I'm on now, and she's invited me to Midgard. So I'm like in Midgard, which is the starting city of Final Fantasy VII, and it's all done up like it's all miniature. And I think they've even set up the graphics engine to look like everything's miniature, which is really pretty cool, because you know how it like blurs. You get the distance blur, so everything looks like it's really small.
I'm trying to picture it, but I haven't seen something like that in a while.
Well, I have a video of it. I think I sent you a link if you want to look at it.
What are we fighting?
A Barioth, or a Barioth, which is the flying saber-toothed creature.
So he's probably up north.
I thought he was going to be here in the center, but he's not. Oh, here he is. Cut! And I got it on film. I hate this guy, by the way. He's really fast.
I'm headed that way.
He's one of those monsters that's kind of like the... He's kind of like the... Shoot, I just lost it. The Nargacuga, where he's all speedy and jumping around.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of the Nargacuga type.
I have this game for the PS4. The graphics are amazing.
What game?
It is nowhere near as hard as Monster Hunter Generations on the Switch.
What game?
Monster Hunter World.
Well, Monster Hunter World is... I think we talked about it, where it's a little bit more accessible, you know?
Yeah.
The hardness factor. There you go.
Sweet.
Like, this game is definitely doesn't have a game journalist mode. And I'm being kind of coy.
Weak against fire.
What's that?
I thought we were fighting somebody weak against fire, but he's not going to be weak.
I think he does have some elemental weakness, but it's not an intense weakness like the Gammoth.
Well, we're just going to have to power through it.
I'm just thinking, like, every time we go out, the one set of blades that you've got that's ridiculously overpowered is your blast blades.
Yeah.
Ow, I just took that right in the face.
I have another set that's like lightning. It's pretty strong.
Is it stun lightning or is it thunder damage? Is it stun damage?
Thunder damage.
Okay.
No, you had a sword that had really awesome stun capability.
Yeah, it's my Switch Cat axe.
Yeah.
We had that thing rigged up nice and proper. It wasn't doing a lot of damage, but it would like keep the guy totally stunned forever. And then I have on my blunt set, I have the Sword and Shield Death Prize.
Yes, that one.
And I have the limit broken version of that.
Well, if I could ever one day get the Warren Blades and try out our theory on that, I think we would break the game.
Oh yeah, if you could get like a bluntness neg crit set, Yeah, you break the game. Sakura Slash!
There we go.
Now we're starting to get some momentum on this guy. Ouch, ouch, ouch. No, he missed. That's awesome. He's getting tired. Trying to get good angles so I don't look so it's actually watchable on the internet. Tatsumaki nails him with a bomb. Let's get some heals, cats.
Yeah.
I do like it when the battle gets a little bit more intense, though, like where you have to concentrate. But I do.
Really messing him up.
I don't think we're ready for the G rank yet because we're totally out of practice. Yeah, he's messed up. He's limping-ifying. You want to catch him?
Yeah, we could.
I'm switching to my trank bombs. Oh, I forgot to mark him. Where do you think he went?
This way.
I think the nest is up at the top. Yeah.
Might be right.
I mean, we'll go for it. But the ice set, basically the ice set is good against any monster that does snowballs. If you get snowmanned, then especially soloing, that can be a big problem. But the neat thing is if you have like cold-blooded, you don't need the hot drinks either.
I don't see him.
Well, I don't know where he went. There's a nest around here somewhere, though. I know at random one of my palicos will show his location, but I don't know how long that'll take. I don't know.
The thing is, when he took off, I did not look at what direction.
We've become such noobs at this. Like, there's a
I'm
certain
at the
amount
camp.
of... You found him?
Don't come this. No, I'm at the camp. Don't come this way.
So yeah, earlier I mentioned game journalist mode because I guess now I was looking at some stuff on the internet, and you know, Sekiro came out recently for, I believe, PS4, and that's like that's from the same company that did Dark Souls, but it's like a ninja samurai Dark Souls.
Oh yeah.
That'd be right up your alley, but it's apparently
Yeah, I remember. I was watching a review of that somewhere, and it
All
looks
right.
pretty good.
Yeah, it does. It looks cool, and you can you've got like you have like an amputated arm, and it's been replaced with some kind of a bones prosthesis thing, and apparently you can upgrade that and do cool stuff. And it's got a lot of really creepy looking bad guys, but it's hard. It's tough as nails, and it's designed for people that are good at games. So
Yeah.
some people are like protesting it. Like it's too hard. You should have an easy mode. For
You know,
accessibility.
they're notorious for making games like this. They did
Yep.
the same thing with Dark Souls.
Yeah, From Software makes hard games. The games that From Software makes are hard. That's like their thing. But
Yeah. And I like it because when you beat the game or you beat challenges in the game, you feel so accomplished.
well, that's what I think too. Because it's kind of like, yeah, it's irritating to encounter, like we're doing right now, encounter a monster that just tears you up and then craps on you and flies off like you're nothing. That can be very frustrating. But when you finally do figure him out and get good and win, it just means you're awesome and you have like bragging rights, you know?
True.
Like Dark Souls, I haven't beat. I have the Dark Souls on Switch. I fooled around in it, and it's hard. It's actually very much like Monster Hunter, to be honest. You figure out, you watch the boss, you figure out his patterns, and then once you do, I mean, the boss is still stronger than you. Even after you beat it, the boss is stronger than you. You're beating it because you've learned how to beat it,
Yep.
and that's the main thing. Like you learned how. So
Like, can you outsmart this
yeah.
gigantic beast?
Yes, and like, there's, even though you're able to beat it, like for example, you're not any stronger really at the end of Dark Souls than you are at the beginning. You have slightly better
Yeah.
gear and stuff like that, but the reason why you're winning is you're playing better. And so, the game.
Okay, this.
Go ahead.
He's in my area.
7.
Let me paintball him.
I'm on the way. I have the
He's
trank
not
bombs.
limping anymore, so he fully healed.
Yeah, I was worried about that. He got a full couple of minutes.
Yep.
We'll just have to take him out. But it's just like, you know, the way I see it is it's just like this game that we're playing right now.
His tail's cut off, though.
He is tailed. Oh, Tatsumaki says there's a 91% probability of a successful capture.
Alright.
So that means he's at the last 10%. Never mind.
Oh, he's dead.
Yes. Look at that meaty morsel. I'm gonna go get some tail. So, but anyway, like for example, the monster that we're fighting against right now, if we didn't have the armor and weapons that we got from playing the game for ages, it would have killed us. Because the monster is stronger than us. You know what I mean?
Very true.
So you put in the time and you grind it out.
So he stood no chance.
No, well, yeah. But at the same time, if we spent like 200 hours in this game grinding out gear and getting experience and building the best stuff and setting up, you know, good gem combos and upgrading weapons, doing all that. You know, he's still able to one-hit us if we don't have that stuff.
True.
So, I've seen people play this where they don't have anything on. They just have, like, their sword. And I've seen them beat these monsters. Because the monsters follow a pattern. So it's not a matter of, like, dexterity or accessibility. It's a matter of just pattern memory. Right?
Yep.
So...
Same thing on all these other tough games.
Yeah.
It's kind of any game. I mean, any game you play, you're going to fight a boss, you're going to have these patterns, you got to figure it out, you're going to die a few times.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is? There's just a difference in generation.
I think so.
It really is.
Because, like, think about, like, Mega Man 2. I'm referencing video games that I have videos of. You saw me beat everything all the way up to Wily on Mega Man 2 on one of my videos. And it was like boom, 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 boom. And is it because I have such amazing reaction time? No, it's because I've played that game so many times that I know what's going to happen. I can anticipate. So, I mean, it's when you see people that are playing Dark Souls well, it's not because they're using the Force, it's because they've played it before and they know what to expect. So,
Yep.
If somebody's like, Sekiro's too hard, it's inaccessible, I'm calling the ADA because I need to have accessibility access requirements for my game. When in reality, that person's not handicapped. He doesn't have a problem. He just wants somebody to give it to him.
Well,
Like,
he has a problem, but,
but the Monster Hunter, for example, for me, has always been the game to go to if you really just want to, like, blow off steam. Because it is hard, and the hits are hard. Everything has weight. You have to plan. You have to be ready. You have to know what you're going after. And it's always been like that since Monster Hunter Tri. I think my first one was playing Monster Hunter Tri on the Wii. And that one's harder than this one. This one is easy. This was easy mode compared to that one. And then you've got Monster Hunter World, which is like easy mode compared to this one. And
yeah, but I do love the graphics in that game.
Oh, no doubt.
I have to give it to the graphics. I mean, it's for its time, it's amazing.
Man, you know we've already just gone and done this for like an hour. I'm gonna have to wrap up the video. In fact, I don't even think there's any. I don't think we need to cut anything.
No, I think we're good.
I think this video went well. Monster Hunter is definitely good for videos.
Yeah.
It's all right. Well, thanks for talking about Final Fantasy with me.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the outro.
Old memories, nostalgia.
Well, because it's one of those games. It's like everybody's played it. Like everybody that's our age has played that stuff, and so it's fun to talk about.
Yeah, it's very true.
So anything for the audience as the outro?
I have nothing. If you haven't played Final Fantasy, go play them all.
Yeah, man, go spend money. Help the
You know
economy.
what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. And then you can, comment and tell us how wrong we are about everything, because it's the internet.
There you go. I like it.
All right. Well, this has been
challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. This has been Other Guy and Switchcat on Friendship Fridays, and we'll see you next Friday, I guess. Right?
That's right.
All right, man.
Hold on. Let's see. How do you do the? Man, I forgot how to do it.
I don't remember.
One
you
second.
can do emotes
Here
from
we
like
go.
gestures. You gonna do the
And,
gestures? Bye. See you later.